Hi, I'm Madame. Je m'appelle Madame Quill, and I'm the French teacher at OHS. And I just wanted to talk to you about why I think you should take world languages in general and also French. I speak French and Spanish, and being a person who speaks these languages has been one of the greatest joys of my life because it has enabled me to enjoy people, food, and travel all over the world, and also to help people and to make more money, both as a teacher and in other jobs. And it's brought me just an enormous amount of joy. I love working with students, and I'm so, so lucky and blessed to be able to teach at OHS. It's my dream job. So there's some personal reasons you might want to take French, and then there's some big idea reasons you might want to take French. And first of all, maybe you've already taken Spanish or you already know Spanish. Why not be a triple threat? Meaning have three languages at your disposal: French, English, and Spanish. Because you can basically, with those three languages, you can go almost anywhere in the world and you're going to be able to find people who speak one of them. Chances are, maybe not, but most of the time you will. So it's a great thing to give yourself, a great gift to have, to be able to speak all those languages. The other thing is that you'll have access to AP classes, and those AP classes can earn you college credits, and that's also a fantastic thing. Next, you'll have me as your teacher, and we have a great time in class. We learn through stories and narratives and talking about all different kinds of interesting topics so that we're not just memorizing things, grammar and things like that, but we're also really learning around about the world around us and making connections with our everyday life. I like to center my lessons around my students and what they're interested in. The other thing that you might be interested in is that when we're in school and not virtual because of COVID, we also do a big restaurant themed unit where we put on a restaurant and a cafe and we get to eat French food and experience French music and have all kinds of fun together. There's also some trips that we participate in that aren't school sponsored trips but are nonetheless available to you, like going to Quebec or going to France even. Another thing that you would have access to is the Alliance Française de Frédéric, which is it's like a big French club for everybody in the community, and we have access to their activities, get-togethers, parties, picnics, celebrations, food, music, all kinds of things. Another thing that you'll find out is that in class we listen to French music all the time, and it's awesome, and we experience a lot of different things about French culture. We get to compare what do we like about our culture and what might we like about other cultures. And did you know that French culture isn't just France? Africa, about one third of Africa is French speaking, and it's actually the largest area of French speakers in the world, and it's growing. And that area of Africa that speaks French is about the size of the United States, and it's a lot of people. And so it's really important in terms of economic growth over the years that people in America learn to speak French, because we already have a lot of Spanish speakers and people are learning Spanish or they grow up speaking Spanish, but we don't have as many French speakers. And I was lucky enough to meet the man who directs the online learning for the military, for foreign languages, for world languages, and I asked him, hey, can you give me the download? Like, what do people need to know? And he said, well, we have plenty of Spanish speakers. What we need is French and Arabic. You may not realize that part of the war on terror is happening in Africa, where those French speakers are, and we need Americans who can also speak those languages and help us to keep our world safe and stable. So there's lots of things like that. Recently also the NSA, the National Security Administration, who is here in Maryland, came around to all the different school systems here, and they're offering internships and scholarships. You don't even have to go to college. You just have to prove that you can learn languages and that you have strength in languages, and then they're offering money for college. So there's lots and lots of opportunities related to taking world languages as well as to taking French. Like I said, I also speak Spanish, which I love. So this isn't about taking one language over the other. This is about trying to broaden ourselves and take as many languages as we can. But you should know the facts, because some people think that French is more difficult than Spanish, which isn't really true. The pronunciation can be more difficult, but most of all, the grammar is very similar because they're like cousins. So if you already speak Spanish or Italian or another Romance language, you're going to have an easy time of it. And so here's some statistics from a few years ago on making money. When something's more scarce, people tend to get paid more money for it. So since French is more scarce, you're going to see here people being able to speak French involves more money. Also here, talking about being easy to learn, compared with some other important languages in the world that are rare, like Arabic, which I mentioned. take a look at all these words. You can see these are all French words, but they're also English words. These are called cognates. You probably already know 15,000 different words in French just from knowing English. Higher ACT and SAT scores are involved with taking French because a lot of those words that you learn in French, those cognates, help you to understand English vocabulary better. Also, all around the world, French is the official language in 32 different countries, and in 56 countries, people will understand you if you speak French. French is one of the top 5 languages to use on the internet. French is a leader in aerospace. The second largest city in the world of native speakers is Montreal, which is 1 hour by plane from New York. It's about the same distance from Frederick as Atlanta is. Did you know that U.S. companies employ 750,000 people, that's 750,000 people, in France? And there's also one of the official languages of Louisiana, of Canada, and that there are thousands of French schools in the U.S., including some close to us. So I hope that that gives you an idea of why to take French, both the big reasons and then those personal reasons. Let's have some fun in school, let's learn something important, and let's get more connected with ourselves and the world around us by taking French. So I hope to see you in French class. Au revoir!